Alright, this is PRpHD here.
And this is Mudita here. And we're here to talk about...
what is this?
Shazam 2. Shazam
Isn't this Captain
Fury of
Marvel?
the Gods. It's like, I don't know, whatever. I didn't even know this movie came out, so...
Yeah, look...
Apparently it came out this year.
It came out right before it got released on Max. We just debuted yesterday, and all this stuff came out. Also, like, the original movie was on TNT also the same day.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was just wandering in on it while PRpHD was watching it.
Yeah.
Here and there. Yeah, I don't know if we have that many thoughts on this movie.
I know you definitely do.
It's even an entertaining movie. The visuals are great. The acting was, fun, schlocky kind of.
Schlocky, yeah.
Is that a good word for it?
Yeah, some stuff was like. At some points, this wasn't really a kid's or anyone's movie.
Yeah, it felt like a Spy Kids movie made into a DC movie or something.
That's a cool premise where you have a million Supermans fighting people.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so the premise, what is the premise of this movie?
The Greek gods, like the three sisters or two sisters or whatever, like, they steal a staff from a museum that was in the first movie and try to use it to conquer the world, basically. I guess it's the simplest way of saying it.
Right.
They're basically three Rita Repulsas.
Right, and it also, like, picks up from the end of the first movie.
Except,
where, like,
the Batson family is all older now. Like, they're all teenagers.
Right, and... Did they all have powers in the first movie?
At the end of the movie.
At the very end of the movie.
And at the end of the movie, it was because, like, Billy Batson, like, had them all hold hands, and then he did it. Like, now they can all do it separately now.
And then, okay, now they all have powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have, like, a...
Except the parents.
So you have a family of kids who can all Shazam themselves into Shazamify, or whatever.
Shazamming.
Yeah.
Shazamo!
Yeah, I think there's an iPhone app called Shazam.
There's a TV show called Shazam. It might be by Warner. I think it's starting with Dwayne Wade or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're, like, fighting...
Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and that other lady.
Yeah, they got a lot of... There's a lot of punching, a lot of flying, a lot of super speed.
Yeah.
A lot of, like, Greek mythology stuff.
In the beginning, I was like, are they going to use Wonder Woman? Because, like, they're all about... I thought they're the Greek gods, but apparently they're the Roman gods. And, like, Wonder Woman, this universe, is all about Greek mythology as if she was the Richard Donner Superman, except with Greek mythology.
Yeah, this does tie to, like, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
It has references to her and stuff.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's in the same universe. It's in that same...
Yeah, they had, like, two cameos in the end. I don't know if you saw the post-credits or not.
There's some cameos, yeah.
But like, it wasn't like they were stars, but they were like minor characters in the other movies, referencing other movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Did they promote this movie that much at all, or like what happened? Like, why didn't I hear about this movie?
Well, the other thing is that you haven't watched you haven't watched Batman vs Superman or Man of Steel or any of those films.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like Marvel's still the big the Coca-Cola brand for superhero films.
Yeah, even though like traditionally you would like normally think of like DC as being like the Coca-Cola and like
maybe Batman and Superman. Yeah.
Traditionally.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, like MCU has become like the Coca-Cola.
Yeah, like starting with like Superman 78 and Batman 89.
Yeah. And like those are like the classic brands. Like when you think of comic book superheroes, you think of
1920s
Batman, Superman. You don't think of like
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Exactly.
Sorry, Paul Rudd. We just love making fun of you.
It's a very hard sell for people.
Speaking of which, Shazam is a hard sell because they don't just call him Captain Marvel, and like he's from a comic book franchise that rivaled Superman, but that was in the 1920s. And they've since bought it, like WWE, WCW style.
Yeah, that's an interesting side note, is that, like, Captain Marvel came from Fawcett Comics, who DC, like, bought, and then Marvel Comics released their rival character, Captain Marvel, and then there was, like, Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel in DC. It's a little...
And we're Marvel Comics. We have to have a Captain Marvel.
And then Marvel Comics universe is going to have, like, like the Marvels movie, and then this movie also comes out. They just gotta keep releasing a movie.
The Marvels versus the Marvels.
Yeah, it's the Marvel family versus the Marvel family.
The Marvel Civil War.
Yeah, exactly. Oh boy. But I don't know. Yeah, it's a movie. It's entertaining. I think that is like kind of capturing what it is. Is like that. It's like a schlocky, kind of like a Spy Kids kind of take on like a Marvel. I mean, a DC movie involving Shazam and family.
The special effects they have like a special effects thing that they use for like Doctor Strange and Inception, and this one they use it for like comic relief, sort of, even with the action scene.
Yeah, and let's see how this did on the tomato meter. Yeah. So critics gave it 49% out of...
It's pretty high for a DC thing, I figure. Yeah.
240 reviews. Interesting.
That's a lot of reviews.
86% on audience scores out of 2,500 plus verified ratings.
Which is pretty low considering how many people there are in the world.
Yeah, critics' consensus, more unfocused and less satisfying than its predecessor.
I would agree.
Still retains almost enough of the source material's silly charm to save the day. And that's with 49%, so it's still got enough charm. Yeah. That seems fair enough. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen the first one, and I barely saw this one.
You haven't watched like any of the DC films, yeah.
Audience says, a sequel with plenty of action and tons of heart should satisfy anyone who enjoyed the first film. I mean, it seems like an enjoyable movie. Like, if you just want to watch a movie, have some popcorn, get a soda, it's been a long day at work. Like, I'm reaching that age where I'm like, I don't need, like, a big, fancy, like, I need to, like, really engage my brain when I go to the movie theaters all the time.
That'll hurt horrible when you see, like, how they do relationship stuff in this movie.
What do you mean by that? Like
with,
which aspect
like,
of it?
The Marvel with the crutch and the sister of the witch sister and the Wonder Woman thing with Shazam, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very weird dynamic where like you have like these the characters in the movie are kids that turn into adults,
like He-Man style, which I guess they didn't do in Masters of the Universe for the exact same reason.
It's targeting kids because like the appeal of it is that kids get to be adults in this.
Yeah.
And like every kid wishes they had the superpower to turn into an adult.
Yeah.
And have superpowers and stuff. That's like the target kind of like appeal of this kind of movie. But
that sort of mindset, it sort of makes sense that he did that stuff, right?
Yeah, so it's like the kid's logic, it's that wish fulfillment, That's like the core wish fulfillment that's happening with this. But then like how they play it off is that like the adult actors have to play as if they're like they have the mind of children and stuff, which just feels very like weird.
Cartoon characters, people from like Zach Galifianakis films, or like that kind of comedy, or like even like stuff from the 90s with like dumb male heads of households.
It reminds me of Nickelodeon, 90s Nickelodeon. It reminds me of all that or something.
You're also mentioning like Homer Simpson.
Yeah, like the Billy Batson when he's like the adult character. He feel like his logic is like Homer Simpson or something.
He's probably even dumber than he is when he's a kid, even, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like even like not all kids are even that stupid as like Billy Batson is or whatever. But like he's just like straight up like, oh, what if we just punch him really fast or whatever? Like we'll just gang up on him. Like we got powers. Oh, I didn't even think of that, man. Like that's kind of like his personality, and it's like funny. It kind of works. Yeah. But like you have to be in that mind space where like this is not like DC Comics with like Batman. Yeah. I have to fight the darkest villains in the universe, and like Superman.
They didn't make those jokes in the movie,
Yeah, what?
They didn't make those jokes like, oh, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, all that stuff.
And then like Superman is dealing with like I have to deal with a cosmic level issue where it's like gonna just determine the fate of the universe. Yeah. And then Billy Batson's like, oh man, I don't know what I ate for lunch today, and like maybe
there's a product placement.
Oh yeah, and then also this movie takes place in
Philadelphia. The Philly cheesesteak.
You keep seeing all the different bridges in Philadelphia.
Franklin Bridge. Remember the Franklin Bridge twice before you know, Philly cheesesteak. And it looked really big,
Yeah, and there's like I wanted to eat that Philly cheesesteak and drink the soda and stuff.
They're just sitting there That's talking with it there, and like the logo was out and everything. I don't even know if it's a real franchise or whatever.
And they wanted you to like focus on the conversation, but subconsciously take in like, oh, the soda cup is like facing the camera, so you're subconsciously getting in your brain that like it's the Philly cheesesteak brand or whatever.
Speaking of brands, they even stole the plot from Power Rangers the movie into this. Where like, what's the Gatorade? Lucy Liu says. She's like, is that the dangerous weapon?
Yeah, I don't remember that. It feels like a product placement kind of joke or common thing.
Like the Krispy Kreme in the Power Rangers movie.
I don't remember that joke.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it, yeah. Yeah, it's a similar kind of psychology kind of movie. It's for kids. You know, it's for kids.
Teenagers with attitudes.
This does feel like teenagers with attitudes kind of movie, yeah. And there's a whole squad of them, squad up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, they were teenagers with attitudes, right? That's basically what it was. They were the Power Rangers.
I wonder...
Except they're all Superman.
I wonder what the half-life on this franchise is going to be, because eventually these kids are going to grow up, and then also the adult actors are going to get older,
I still don't know if they used the same actors from the last movie or not.
Right.
When was the first movie, by the way? Can you look it up?
Yeah, let's look that up.
Imagine it was like 10 years ago or something ridiculous like that.
Probably edit this out, but whatever. Or search Wikipedia. Shazam!
2019.
2019. That was 4 years ago.
Well, it feels like a long time because it's like pre-pandemic, I guess.
Produced by New Line Cinema, DC Films.
It was produced by the same people who did Lord of the Rings and not Chucky, Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff.
$7 Productions.
Yeah, that's the Rocks. That's the Rocks friend. That's the Rocks company.
That's so random. Wow. Okay.
I think originally because he was Black Adam.
Black Adam, right?
And he was really well cast as Black Adam. Yeah, it's just that was a terrible script. I felt this was a better script than Djimon Hounsou. That's what his name was. He was the wizard. Yes.
The wizard.
Yeah.
Djimon Hounsou. In MCU, he plays Korath the Pursuer in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was mentioning that.
He's also.
I didn't know he was a Captain Marvel. I forgot about that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Korath the Pursuer. No, it doesn't look like this.
It wasn't. It's not Korgoth, the guy from the Marvel vs. Capcom game, right?
No, Shumagorath.
Shumagorath, Shumi Jojo.
Shumagorath appears in
Guardians of the Galaxy or
in Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. Oh yeah,
this is what he looks like.
Strange, right?
This is what he looks like. Yeah.
I remember what he looks like. Yeah.
Korath the Pursuer. I spelled it wrong. Yeah,
it's fine.
I remember he looked like this. Yeah, I remember this guy.
Yeah.
Disney Villains Wikia. Also, if you want Michael Kors, they just do anything to get ads for like merchandise.
I thought that the Go didn't have advertisement. That's really weird, right?
Shumagorath MCU.
I guess it doesn't store data. I guess, which is good for DuckDuckGo.
Here's Shumagorath.
I think that's actually the thumbnail for our review of Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, really?
One of these images.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Shumagorath has a different name in Multiverse of Madness. Okay.
There's an octopus in the ring.
Gargantos or something. Interesting.
Gigantor.
Yeah, this is what it looks like.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty... I mean, like...
It still looks cartoony, too. Like, that eye doesn't really look realistic.
Yeah, it looks more realistic than, like, this or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Or, like, this. I feel like that's the thing about Marvel movies is that they have to, like, be a little level of more realism than, like, cartoony comics.
Like with the Captain America tights and stuff.
Yeah, and, like, the suits have to... Yeah, like, it has to look like... It has to look like halfway between, like, you know, DC and I don't think of like a cartoony thing. It's got and like a I don't know, like a cartoon or whatever. Like DC like Christopher Nolan versus like it has to be halfway between Christopher Nolan Batman and Adam West Batman. That's what they go for with MCU.
They go for the middle. That way you don't upset anyone too much. And you do more variety of film. Yeah.
Right, but then you can still have like merchandise for like Captain America mask or whatever.
Yeah, I think we have one of those.
Yeah, you know, like you gotta have some.
Oh, that's the other mask.
Right, and then, yeah, and then this stuff doesn't look that visible on like a, you know, like on a video game. Like
I felt like the Falcon actually ended up being very campy. Like he doesn't have anything protecting his face at all.
Look at this. This is
yeah.
Gotta have something that looks like this.
That's an old school Captain America. Yeah.
Yeah, and then here's the new Captain America.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a lot of tangents. We're just straight up talking about MCU again.
Yeah.
Even though this is supposed to be about a DC movie. Yeah, we want to. I don't know. What else do we want to say about this? The plot. I'm just saying random things now.
Yeah, they have like they could have distinguished the Marvels more, other than like what they were studying or like their background or like if they had a crutch or whatever.
Yeah, the characterization is like
and like
not that too deep with the.
And I feel like
characters.
I feel like they played up the alter ego side of Captain Marvel better between the Billy Batson and Captain Marvel better, but like. Whereas this one, there's like, they feel like it doesn't feel like alter ego yet. It feels like they're not playing the same character or they're not talking to each other. They talk to each other more in the first movie. Yeah. Like, there's a dragon and there's like unicorns and like ogres in this movie also.
Yeah, they play up the Greek mythology aspect a lot.
Yeah.
Here's the parents. Yeah. And here's a scene here.
Yeah.
Here's
Goonies,
the
Goonies shirt.
Kids. I don't know what this shirt is.
Yeah.
Here's the adults versions of them. Yeah. The Shazamified versions.
One of them's a kitty lady.
The
the animals. Yeah, she's in the animals. Yeah.
It's a fun. You watch it with I feel like you could watch this with like an 8-year-old or something.
I feel like some of it they were like trying to like capture the Harry Potter crowd with like the flying books and stuff.
Yeah. When they're in like
and they're doing magic and stuff.
Yeah, there's like some magical elements, like some like ancient like Greek magic. Some of it felt like it was just straight up ripping off Harry Potter.
Just because
they're like, let's just shove that in here. Why not? Like
they shoved a lot of stuff in here. They had a lot of money, and they just shoved a lot of stuff in here.
There's a lot of ideas in this.
Yeah,
but like I feel
they
like
also didn't want to take it too seriously. They also didn't, whatever.
Yeah, it feels like let's just have. Yeah, it feels like Spy Kids. Like I'm trying to think of what else is like in that genre, like Flubber or something, or like a kids movie, but like targeting like 8 to 10-year-olds, 8 to 12-year-olds or something. Yeah, and then like there's like humor that like the kids don't really get, and then the kids in the movie don't really get, or whatever. Whatever. This guy.
Yeah.
It's not very serious. It's pretty light. It's a pretty light movie.
You said it like it captures. It's from the point of view of a child.
Yeah. But it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. Yeah.
It's 2 hours 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you just want to put it on in the background.
Just so you know, it was released March 17, 2023. And then it starts streaming April 7th, 2023. I guess like if you buy directly from Voodoo or something, it's like April 7th.
Oh, that's cool.
And then 1 month later, it was on Max.
That's cool. They say that here. Okay.
So this is every month, like they do something with the release.
Well, that's not even a month out.
well, streaming. I think it was just Voodoo, and then 2 months later, it was like. Then 1 month later, it was on Max.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let me see. I like this movie, but like I wasn't paying attention to it. I was like,
I didn't do that as good. Yeah.
I was like wandering in and out, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. But I enjoyed it that way.
So it's like a good doctor's office movie then?
It is a pretty good, to go to a dentist, like you're with your kid, put on the dentist office.
Preschool or
it's pretty safe.
Or like a lunch break at elementary school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, back in the day we watched like Jimmy Neutron.
There was that one thing with Diedrich Bader that went a little bit far.
Yeah, that was pretty violent, yeah. But then that's why you have the school monitor. Like
it'll probably be cut out in the TV edit version, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was bad. Yeah, And that scene takes place in a school. Yeah, that's pretty gruesome. But yeah. Also, like the weird humor where like they're kids but they're adults, and then they're trying to do adult things. Like I don't know. Like,
and it's sort of
try to pursue relationships with other adults. That was a really weird aspect of this. I'm
even
not.
Though they're like
that really weird.
They were like 17 also. Even though like that's not right.
No, I don't like it. I really don't like it.
Yeah.
They didn't need to do that. They always do that with these kids movies. They
do.
Like I don't know. Like in what was it in like Blank Check?
Oh yeah.
Like there's like
but that was in the 90s.
Yeah, there's like 90s movies where they did that. And
yeah, that was really weird. Yeah,
they're bringing it back from the 90s, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't. Some stuff should have been left in the 90s, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole thing with like Kindergarten Cop and Twins was like the comedies for the family, but there's like gangsters involved in the film somehow.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else we got to say about this movie?
I think on that note, we have to end the stream, right? Or
yeah, it's a light movie.
Yeah.
Put it on in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's popcorn.
I mean, it's not caused any.
There's no
political bad stuff.
Yeah, there's not really any like political fallout. It's not doing anything.
I'm guessing all the workers got paid well. There's no controversy about whether there's any contract disputes or anything. It's outside of The Rock, I guess.
It's a pretty innocuous movie. It's a movie like people getting paychecks, you know.
Yeah. It's on Max. Maybe they get some residuals from that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And on that note.
All right. Yeah. All right. This is
awkward.
This is Mudita Heart.
This is PRpHD.
Yeah. We didn't really want to say. We didn't really go into this wanting to say much about this.
20 minutes.
We didn't really go into this wanting to say much about this movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the fact that we said this much about this movie is a testament to.
It's also very awkward that we're losing the recording, but it's so interesting.
Whatever. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this.
Yeah.
All right. If anything, you got to see us talk about this movie.
We updated. we're still here, folks. We're still here.
Yeah. All right. We'll just keep putting out the content here. All right. Peace. Take it easy. Happy watching.
Happy watching.